Hello, everyone. This is Eric from Execute back for another live stream. Welcome. If you're new here or if you're just there, put your name in the comments down below. Tell me where you're from. This is a live stream for teachers. And so if you've got any questions about teaching or especially teaching English, please let me know. I'll try my best to answer them as well as possible. Yeah, my name is Eric. I've been a teacher for a while now. And every Sunday, I do this live stream where we talk about teaching. Now, what you would notice is that actually this live stream is on the main channel, Execute English Teachers. It's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. But I'm also putting it on the second channel, which is for English learners, called the Best English Learning Channel. So I'm running it on both channels. If you want to, I'd appreciate it if you watch it. I put the link in the description below. If possible, could you watch it on the Best English Learning Channel, because I'm trying to boost that channel a little bit because I need the watch time on there. So it's a little bit of an experiment. But anyway, if you'd like to, I'd appreciate that. But let's get started. And here's my dad. He says, "Hello, everyone. It's a sunny day in the most southern part of Africa." Yeah, today. So I live in South Korea. And yesterday was almost like a summer's day. You could go out in the evening. It was so nice and warm. Spring just started. But then today was so cool. It was cloudy. It was overcast. And so, yeah, two drastically different days. We've got Bonnie Esther. Hey, from Massachusetts, USA. Nice haircut. Thank you very much, Bonnie Esther. Yeah, I knew you guys would say something about it. I'm very happy for the haircut. I know some people like it, some people don't. For me, it's just hair. It'll grow back. I really don't mind. Yassine, hello from Morocco. Matilda, hi, Eric. How are you? I'm doing really well. Had a nice day yesterday with friends, and today also a really good day. So, yeah, all in all, very going swimmingly. Siobhan, hi Eric, and a Rose, you're so kind. Yeah, what was it? Happy International Women's Day for a couple of days ago. I didn't post anything. It's one of those days that kind of skip me by. I should really make a note of all these big important days. Noor, good to see you. Daljit, hi. Ediagu, Muhammad, I'm going to say Muhammad. Welcome. It's so nice to have you back. Same for you too. Long time no see. Good to have you back. How have you been? From Kurdistan. Very interesting. Good to meet you. And hello, Eric. So nice to see you live. Yeah, guys, if you want to talk about anything, please let me know. Yeah, I should definitely think of some topics to talk about in the future. I just do these live streams and chat to you guys. So if you've got anything, if there's anything on your mind, let me know and we can discuss it. Murari, annyeonghaseyo. That's how you say hello in Korean. Jackie, good to see you. Good morning. Hope you slept well. Pamela, good morning. I'm Pamela. Hi, Pamela. Good to meet you. Checking out the best. So the Best English Learning Channel. It's a secondary channel I made because I had a lot of content that I think is more suitable for English learners, and I'm going to put some more content on there. But so I'm going to make some more videos. I've also got some friends that will also put out videos on there specifically for English learners, because I do get a lot of questions about from English learners on this channel. So I thought I'd start up with the next channel, put some content out there. It's a work in progress. I'm putting out a video each week, just like with this channel. Actually, today I finished editing the video for Tuesday on this channel. I think it's going to be a really good one. It's called 10 memory games, the 10 memory activities that you can use play with your students. It's going to be a fun video that'll come out on Tuesday for me. Tuesday, what is it? Tuesday night, so Tuesday morning for you guys if you're in the in the Americas. And then what else? And then after that, 2 weeks later, I'm going to use that, and I'm bringing out a compilation video of 300 classroom games. I think that's going to be a big one, almost 4 hours long. I've also shot video. So on Friday, I shot some video. It's 10, what was it? 10 techniques to improve memory. Since I was researching topics for I was researching how to improve memory and how we as teachers can help our students with their working memories. I made 3 separate videos: the activities video, 10 techniques to improve memory, or ways to memorize things. And then the last one is how to give instructions. How to give instructions to help students remember things better. Esther, good vibes. Hi, Farag, hello. Jula, good to see you. Megdalaya, okay, I didn't know it was there. Cambodia, maybe Cambodia. Hi, Sam. Muddy, hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks. Hello, how are you doing from Angola? So cool. Huda from Syria. Ramesh, good to see you again. Muddy, hi, Eric. Hello, all teachers from around the world. You are heroes. Hey, that's my account. How did I do that? I think it might be my dad doing something there. Wow. Very interesting. Thanks, Dad. If that's you. Otherwise, I think I've got another personality running my own channel. Ramesh from India. Where in India are you from? I'm talking. I've got a friend in Delhi, so I have been talking to teachers there too. Sam, Cambodia. There we go. Yusin Beck. What should I do if my students are older than me? Well, yeah, we've all had older students. I made some videos about how to teach adults. And yeah, respect goes both ways. So obviously, if they're older, you're going to be more respectful, more polite to them. But they should also understand that you are there to help them, and that you're an expert. You're going to help them in whatever you're going to try and teach them, if it's English or if it's another subject. So you have to work with them like that. Actually, I had a really nice comment on the how to teach adults. I had a really nice comment. Let me quickly read it to you. I appreciate. I think that I don't. Oh, thank you so much for this content. I learned a lot. God bless. That was so nice. Yeah, I'll quickly go in there because it's and I'll share that video with you. Teaching adults. Actually, I did two videos. The one was 10 activities for adults, and then the other one was how to teach adults. So which one do you want? Do you want the how to teach adult learners? I'm going to give you how to teach adult learners. Although teaching adults, the activities, it's a bit more popular than that one, but I'll share how to teach adult learners with you. I still need to make the video for how to teach children, how to teach kids. It's something that's on my mind constantly, but I've got so many videos that I still need to make. Okay, here we go. How to teach adults. I'm going to post that for you. Basic principles for teaching writing about teenagers. Jawan, I think, yeah, we talked about writing. Obviously, you want to set them up for success. You want to start slowly by getting them to write smaller things. So, you want to make sure that they understand the structure of the writing, the purpose of the writing. I've made videos about it in the past, but I'm not so good at just talking about it right now. But yeah, I did a video on how to, 10 writing activities. And then I also share some tips for writing. Yeah, so you want to make it fun. You want to make it relatable so that students actually get into writing. I think that the difference between teaching speaking and writing is that it's more difficult to get students motivated to write. I think there are a few students that actually really enjoy it. Like for students, you can teach them reading, because they know it's a valuable skill, and they get if they read a book that they enjoy, they really find enjoyment in it. And speaking, they understand that speaking is important. They can understand that they have to practice their listening to understand people. But when it comes to writing, I think that's the one where it's more important to try and motivate your students to really get into it. So you've got to be smart in the way that you get them to write. And go away, let me do this. Okay, let me quickly I made two videos on writing. The one was one activity I did with another great professor called it's a writing activity, and then I did a video 10 writing activities for English class. It gives you some like I give tips in it, and I also give 10 writing activities. I'll quickly share the link with you. Sorry, guys, I'm going a little bit slow today, but I have to say it's so nice to be back. I've had the live streaming festival, and I've been away, so now it's coming. But it's so nice to be back. Himdad, oh, wait, let me get to it. Where are we? I'm so slow. How do you deal with time pressure in the classroom? Great question, Carolina. Yeah, so time. I think time management is vitally important for teachers because you've got things you want to accomplish in class within a set of time. You know, you've only got a limited time with your students. Sorry about that. Yeah, you've got limited time with your students. So first of all, planning. You've got to plan out your lessons. You've got to establish how much time you need to do what you need to do, and you need to focus on it. So if you're struggling with getting everything done, this should be your priority. And you can even share that with your students. You can say, "Listen, guys, we're running behind in our lessons. I know it's fun, but we're going to have to pick up the pace." So you're going to time your activities. You're going to say, okay, well, this is going to be 5 minutes. This is going to be 10 minutes. This is 5 minutes. And yeah, be strict with yourself with how you do it. There's another word. Be disciplined with how you apply your time in the classroom. Also, sorry for all the ums. You're going to want to give yourself some time towards the end. So if you need more time, rather plan your lesson so that you've got 5 minutes at the end to kind of catch up if you're running late. I think that's very important. Now, you mentioned time pressure. So I think that the biggest problem for you is that you don't have enough time. And that's actually, it's a tough thing to, I would rather not have enough time and rush to finish something rather than having too much time and the students get bored and rowdy. So I think you've got to be, there's a part of you that has to say, listen, I'm actually happy that I've got all this work to do with my students, you know, that we've got so much to do. And then, you know, now it's just up to you to plan and utilize your time effectively. Muhammad, I would like to attend the whole live, but I am obliged to quit at 2:30 for some preoccupations, but I should download the session. Of course, go ahead. You can download it. I mean, that's what you can do. If you've got YouTube Premium, you can download it too. And also, the live stream will always be on the channel. Actually, I just realized, so a while ago, more than a month ago, when the channel was hacked, 6 weeks, 2 months ago, the channel was hacked. And what they did was they unlisted all the videos. So I had to go in manually and make all the videos public again. And I only realized last week that all my old live streams have been privated. Now I have to go through 100 live streams and make them all public again. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing. And will be absolute. Thank you so much. Yes. So I started the channel and it's just to get the ball rolling. I've got a lot of great ideas for things that I would like to do, especially for English learners. But now I'm just putting out a video a week and just getting the channel going. Namaste. Please advise how to start teaching small kids with small sentences. Yeah, so small sentences, that means that you've already gone through the phonics and you've taught them, you know, all the basic words that they need to know. So now they've got, you've got to make sure that the students are able to write that they know their ABCs, they know some basic, some sight words, they know how to write at least, you know, some longer words too. So that they know how to spell. Now you're going to want to teach them, slowly but surely, you're going to want to teach them how to write sentences. Yeah, just use visual aids to construct sentences. So you're going to want to have like a toy rabbit and a carrot, and you're going to see, oh, what is the rabbit doing? The rabbit eats the carrot. Okay, so then you're going to let them write down these small sentences. Yeah, so make it visual, use these things, and then you can just off the top of my head maybe have like let's say 10 sentences you want them to write, and you just show them the pictures, the carrots, the rabbits and the carrot. You say, okay, write a sentence for this, and they're like, that way they can be creative and write it too. But obviously you want to give them a lot of examples to use too for writing sentences. I haven't taught I've taught phonics before, but I think when it comes to when's the last time I taught writing to that stage of learners? It's weird. Sometimes you kind of skip a level where you don't teach that. And I can't remember a time where I got them to, most of them have had some experience writing. So yeah, it's interesting. That's the way I would go about it, is motivate them the right way, and then also scaffold and make it easy for them to understand and to write. Take it slowly. Don't push too fast. So I would err on the side of caution, and rather make sure that they understood everything and go through. Ranid, good to see you. Good morning, good people. I agree. Everyone here is so good. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Punson from Laos, Luzaang, buenos dias. Hello, everyone. Wishing everyone a great day. Is early morning over there. Luzaang, I hope you're having a lovely day. I love your profile picture. Looks so beautiful in that. I hope you're doing well. Murari, hi Eric. I'm from Nepal. Teaching reading is a very big challenge. So reading, I think just with like the writing one, with the reading one, I have this video is one of the first, I think. So I started making these list videos, how to teach, how to read. How to read, how to teach writing, how to teach reading. And I made this reading video a long time ago, but it's one of those videos I'm really proud of, because I put a lot of efforts into it, and I think I did a good job explaining. But you'll see in the editing isn't very good, and as always, I complain about this the sound quality. But 50 reading activities. It's 20 minutes long, and actually the first 5 minutes I just talk about teaching reading to our students. So I'll put this in the comments below. You can check it out. I'm just posting videos to get through. Christina, hi from Colombia. A frozen and wet day. Yeah, it's a strange day. It was so hot yesterday. But yeah, spring's coming. We just have to wait. I love teaching English for beginners. Yeah, I love teaching younger learners also, or even older learners that are learning, or that are also beginners. It's, you get so much from that. There's a word I wanted to say. Yeah, so it's so good, because the thing is, when you teach beginners, they improve much quicker. Obviously, so when you first start learning something, there's so much for you to learn. So it's like, wow, you're going to learn so much. And then, once you level up, once you become more advanced, it's more difficult to see that big jump in improvement. So the beautiful thing about teaching beginners is that you can notice, and they also feel how they improve very quickly, and then later you get the drop off. So I think that's also one of the things I enjoy about it. BM, hi my love, why do you cut your hair now? You are not handsome. BM, I don't know, I can just do what I can do, but I like the short hair. You don't like it? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I enjoy the shorter hair. Except I phoned my dad. It was his birthday, 10th of March. I was contemplating putting a photo of him and my mom on the community page to say happy birthday, but then I decided against it, and I just put it on my social media, on Instagram, and where else? Oh, on my Facebook. But so I called my dad and my mom, and they're like, "Oh, Eric, we love that your hair's so short again." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And then my mom said, "Eric, you've got so many wrinkles. You should stop frowning." And I said, "Yeah, it's a bit late for that now. Not many people would, win that fight against aging. Unfortunately, Father Time is undefeated. So yeah, it's just one of those things we've got to get used to. I'm not going to look 30 forever. I'm going to hit 40 very soon. Pamela, talk about keeping the kids engaged and behaved. Yeah, actually, I still need to make that video. I'm constantly thinking about how to teach kids. Yeah, so with kids, I think I've said it before a while ago, but so with kids, you want to how to keep them engaged is, to keep them on their toes by changing activities, by having activities that are fun, and get them to, engage with the lesson more, and behave. Engaged and behave. That's interesting. Both of those together. Yeah, so you're going to start your class. You're going to have a mix of activities. You're going to have some fun, lively activities that, like games, or TPR activities where they can move around, or that they're challenged with like group or team games, or fun flashcard games that they really enjoy. They learn, but they also enjoy. And then you're going to mix in periods of where you actually teach them, or where they write, or where they practice. And then you're going to bring it up again. You're going to make it fun again. And then they need that time to relax and also do feedback. So I think that's very important, is to transition between activities very quickly, because don't just have 10 minutes. I think ideally your activities should be 5 to 10 minutes where they do something and then switch, because they've got a short attention span. If you let them work for too long, it's going to be so boring. So you do want to mix up the activities and have and a way for you to control their energy. I think a lot of teachers, they think students are misbehaving, but it's actually they can't sit still and they can't just focus for that long. So then they start acting out, and then you start getting strict and you scold them, and then they dislike you, and then they act out because they don't like you anymore. So you've got to be strict, but you've also got to understand that you've got to make it fun and interesting for them. So yeah, mix up activities, have fun games and things for them to do. And then also I would also say with young students, 7 to 8, I would say have a lot of chants to use with them. There's a there's a YouTube channel called Super Simple Songs, and then the kids start teaching them a chant a week, right? And revisit the chants occasionally. So I would teach the students maybe 5 chants, 4 chants. So each week teach them a different chant, and then replay the older chants too, so that they do the movements and they sing along. And you can use those at the start of class, and then when you feel like the students are bored or they start acting out, play that chant and let them work out their frustrations. And then once they're done with that, let them sit down. So yeah, have fun, engaging games, active games, have chants, and challenging games where they play in teams and things like that. You've really got to do that. I'd love to make that video. I know I need to make that video, but my plan now for the channel is I need to have enough content. So I've got these videos coming out about memory, and then I'm going to do a series on how to teach for tests, specifically IELTS and TOEIC. So I'm TOEIC, TOEIC. And then so I'm going to make those videos based on reading, listening, general tips. It's going to be a long series, but I need to make that series. It'll probably last for it'll run for, if I had to guess, 2 to 3 months. And then while I've got those 2 to 3 months, I can work on the course on 30 lessons. So that's what I want to do. Once that is done and I'm happy and it's complete, then I can totally just focus on how to teach phonics and how to teach kids. Although I know I should make that earlier. Hello, James. Good to see you. How have you been? It's almost spring, so I've seen some cherry blossoms around. It's going to be a beautiful spring, I feel. Him, Dad. Hi. Teachers are superheroes, definitely. Oh, guys, I'm so slow. I'm like 20 minutes behind. Speaking activities for teens, I've got 100. Well, I've got so many speaking activities. And so in 2 weeks, I'm going to release that video with 300 classroom games, and most of them are speaking activity. It's going well, thank you. Do you dream to teach low achievers? Take out low achievers, and I would say yes. I was thinking about it a couple of days ago, BM, where I was thinking, I enjoy teaching, but my passion would be to work with teachers, because now I'm just talking to you guys and these are just ideas that I have, things that I want to share. But if I could start working with teachers in the future, I would love that, because then I can work with younger teachers and I can kind of see what works and what doesn't work. I'd love to be in the field and work with teachers like that. Right now I've just got the channel and I share activities and some classroom management tips and the like. But the people I work with are, they're university professors, so they've been in the game for a long time. But I would love to go and work with new teachers just to share with them and to see what they do and see how I can help them. I would love that. How to teach someone who doesn't know any English at all? Yeah, you're going to have to use a lot of flashcards, um, and you're going to want to. You said someone who doesn't know any English at all. So I believe that you're not talking about a young learner, because otherwise you would have just said someone who's very young, who doesn't know English, who has to start. So you're probably talking about a teen or an adult, right, James? So perhaps, yeah, you're going to want to use a lot of flashcards, and you also want to use their experience. Fortunately, they've got life experience. And then, when you use these flashcards and these, you can also, they probably know how to write and to read. And then you're going to take it from there, just do exercises where they start putting their, starting to put it all together. You're also, I think that what's important, if you do teach adults and you want to get quick results, you want to also teach them valuable things that they feel are useful. Like, let's say they're Korean. You're going to take some common Korean phrases that they use every day, and you're going to give them the English equivalent, the English not translation, but the equivalent in English, so that they know, this is what it is in Korean, but this is how I'm going to say it in English. So they are going to feel that growth and how they improve, and they're going to feel like it's useful. So I think that's what you want to do. So use images, help them construct and use the language, help them write. And then from the writing, you can also teach them some grammar, but you're going to want to focus on the speaking, because I bet you that most adults have already learned a lot of grammar when they were young, but they haven't had a chance to actually use it. So that's what you want to do. You want them to get to use it. And then also, like I said, teach them useful terms, I think. HD Albert. Hi, once more. I'm an English teacher as well. So what dictionary? I haven't used the dictionary in ages, to be honest, Albert. I think most dictionaries are probably the same, but I mean, with the internet, it's not that necessary anymore. I'm sure people use it for some activities and some reasons, or just to have in class in case you don't want the students to have their phones with them. But I don't know. I don't really use dictionaries at all. Anybody else feel that way, or disagree? Yeah, no, it's very interesting. Good question, though. I don't think I've had that before. Hello, could you tell us how to make this is tough. Instructional design. Esther, I'm not going to be able to help you. This is instructional design. Oh, no, wait. I'm going to skip this one. I'll think about it. I'll try and answer it next week. I'm going to skip that one now. Yosenbeck, thank you. Jimmy can you suggest a textbook? No, I haven't. I haven't been able to suggest any books. That's one of the things I've shied away from, because, man, so for my semester, this semester, we get recommended books that we have to do with our students in a curriculum. And sometimes we just get books that are horrible. The activity, too many activities that aren't very good. I think too much information, too little information, not the right kind of information. And then, so I feel like it's very difficult for me to share what textbooks I actually enjoy. I don't want to promote anything that, you might not feel is useful. So my suggestion is go to a bookshop, or, go online, look at some of these books and see which ones, suit your needs the best. Srini Basan from India. Hi, Faraz. How are you? I have a question. Must I talk in Arabic only? That is a way that a lot of people recommend teaching that way. The approach where you only use the language you're teaching. So if you're teaching English, only English in the class. And they say that's effective. For myself, I'm a bit more lenient. I don't mind too much using a little bit of Korean in class, and also to explain things quickly. And the students, it also, it helps the students to focus too and to understand things. So I would say it's up to you. Most people suggest that the less Arabic you use, the better. Yeah, that's what I would say. The less, I wouldn't strictly say no native language, but I I would try and aim for the least amount possible. Salim, hi. Good evening. From Sudan. Laura, hi. Regards from Mexico, speaking and writing activity. Yeah, I've got lots of speaking and writing activities. I shared some in the comments now. Difficult language mechanics, Lexus. Definitely. What's up? I'm good, thank you. I realize that writing also poses lots of concentration and your thoughts to put down, and then children mostly worry about the spelling at the time too. With writing for myself too, it's difficult to get into. A lot of people don't understand. You have to get into like this writing mode. So you can teach them, what is that? The Parabello, what is that? Pareto. Is it the Pareto? Let me see. Pareto principle. Okay. No, that's that's something else. Well, what is the one where you study for 20 minutes? So what I would do, I would tell my students, I would prepare them and also tell them, guys, listen, sometimes it's tough to get into that flow mode, into that zone where you can just write and it feels natural. So you want to slowly to get them into it. So you're going to want to tell them, listen, guys, sometimes it's difficult to just write and to be creative. So get them to write some easy things first, just to get into writing. And then you can also say, okay, so I'm going to have the clock here. We're going to write for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, you're going to just sit down and write. And then we're going to take a break and I'm going to ask you a little bit about your writing. And that also it prepares the students for like, okay, so I'm going to have to write for 10 minutes. I'm not going to talk to my friends. It's only going to be me, my notebook, and my pencil. I only need to focus for these 10 minutes, and then I can relax. And then they understand, okay, well, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to, because if you tell someone, okay, you need to write, it's just like, oh, okay, I need to, no, well, it's difficult to concentrate. But if you say, okay, well, you've got 10 minutes, you've got to focus on this task. Okay, 10 minutes, let's go. I would try that with my students too, is to give them like a limit like that. And then after 10 minutes, they're like, actually, now they're in a flow mode and they do want to continue. So by that time, you're walking around and you're checking in on your students, and maybe now they're writing and they're really into it. And then you don't necessarily need to stop them, but you could and say, okay, guys, let's take some feedback. What did you write about? And that also gives you a chance to walk around and see what the common mistakes are that they make, and then you can share those mistakes with the students, or actually give them some vocabulary they could perhaps use, or give them some pointers in their writing. I think that's a nice idea. I haven't shared that before, but you guys are here live, so you just got that idea. I'm teaching high school. Oh, I love teaching high school students. Planning is a prerequisite, but teachers expect what is unexpected. So be ready for improvisation. Well said, Muhammad. I totally agree. Yeah, so prepare for the unexpected and be ready to improvise. I think, yeah, that skill of improvising, I would say that it comes down to experience, but that's not necessarily true. I've seen many fantastic teachers that are new to the profession. They think on their toes. They're like, oh, let's do it this way. So, but I think you do get better with experience when it comes to, things happening unexpectedly, and then you've got to roll with the punches. Siobhan, I get it. Thank you. Can you suggest best online ESL games with one-on-one classes with kids and teenagers? Yes, Jamima, I've done so many videos on teaching activities. I put out a video with 30 activities for teaching one-on-one, and most of those could be done online too. I also enjoy using liveworksheets.com, where you can just, whatever topic you're teaching, you just go in there and you can share it with the students and they can fill it out. You can actually send them a link. And then, but the game, I haven't used it in a long time because I haven't taught online for a while. But I like to use Bamboozle. Bamboozle is a website where you can create some of these games on your own, or you can use the games that they already have. If you run out of time, you can just throw in a bonus English language game. Definitely, that's what you need to do. I have 30 minutes for a virtual demo. Which topics do you suggest I tackle? Oh, it's so tough. Actually, Bronwyn, Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. I did a video where I had to do a live lesson. Um, it's so tough. Which topics? I think take a basic topic that you're really well versed with and you've got some fun activities that you can show. And I would suggest going with that. I have done something, what was it, a video lesson, demo lesson? I did like a long time ago. But in that case, they actually gave me something to work from and I created my own lesson. But find your best possible lesson, especially one with activities that's fun and can show the best side of you, and teach that. Mohammed, best way to teach grammar to young learners? Well, yeah, just I don't want to say just teach them grammar. Slowly and give them examples. If you're going to teach them present perfect or whatever you want to teach them, take it slowly, give them fun examples, and make it useful to them. I think is the best. Slowly, but definitely expose them to grammar and get them to work on it. I can't give like an exact answer. Like I'm thinking have I made a video how to teach grammar? No, I haven't done it yet. But my plan is with this course is to show exactly how I would teach certain grammar points and then also specific activities for the grammar and how I would teach it. Yeah, I think, and also some resources for it. Okay. How far behind? Okay, I'm at 14. I'm 20 minutes behind. So sorry, everyone. Hello, Inka. Good to see you. Let's see. Mohammed is okay. Yeah. Emmy, hi from Indonesia. Apa kabar? Ramesh, we are getting good on this Zoom meeting. Ramesh, that's kind of difficult. Maybe in the future, I'll consider it. Getting people to join for a Zoom call. Maybe. I'll think about it. Manyao, good evening from Myanmar. Thank you so much. Lama from Jordan. Hi. Gabriel, Gabby from Indonesia. Wow, more Indonesian. So nice. Mina, I'm not a native speaker and I started learning English lately. Please, how can I improve my pronunciation skill and speaking skills? By speaking more and also finding a role model to copy. If there's an actor or a news anchor that you like the way that they speak, try and record what they say and then try and repeat it the same way to improve your pronunciation. And then your speaking, you're just going to want to practice as much as possible, joining a group, finding someone to practice with. The best way to improve your English is to get a teacher, though, because then they can fix the mistakes you make, the small mistakes you make when you're speaking. And it'll also be a good teacher that gets you to talk. I think that's the best way, is to find a teacher online and doing that. I'm winning the war against aging, James. I think you are. I think you're going to look fantastic forever. I'm sure you're one of those guys with the genetics that just keeps you young. I don't know. I'm going to turn into a potato soon, but I have been going to the gym, so I'm trying to take care of my body. Except I had McDonald's for dinner tonight, so you lose some and you lose some. So yeah, but I'll try and go to the gym tomorrow again. I'm a bit exhausted from last night, but we'll try our best. Hi from the Philippines. Actually, I saw someone close to Cebu. What was that? There was this beautiful waterfall where people were swimming. I forgot the name. I was looking it up yesterday. When was it? Let me quickly go into the map. I saw it earlier. It was so I was thinking. So for summer, I'd love to go to Europe. I haven't. Yeah, it's close to Bohol. What was that? Sigjord. Sigjord. I'm not saying it right. I know it's some. Okay, someone tell me how do I pronounce it? Siquejord. It's this beautiful place with waterfalls where people swim inside. So I saw one of my friends there, and I really want to go there. I know, BM. I make so many promises. You're going to have to forget all the promises I make, because otherwise, it's not going to end well for me. And well, I think the biggest promise I've made that I failed to deliver on is the one about how to teach young learners. I'd love to make that video, but I've got to make the demo lessons first. Well, the demo lessons, I have made demo lessons before, but I think specifically how to teach grammar and things. Gabriel, look, yeah, thank you. Kanteng, I appreciate that. Helen, hello. Jessa, what to do if your students are not listening and making the D finger? I'm nervous to ask what the D finger is. The middle finger, the D finger. No, I don't know. I can only think it's the middle finger. Yeah, so obviously you're going to want to have a talk with your students. You've got rules in the classroom, but if students are acting out that bad, you're going to want to talk to them one on one. You're going to want to remind them of the rules in the class, and whatever punishments that you have available to you. If it's detention, you can do something like that. You can, if you threaten them by saying you want to say they see their parents. I wouldn't even threaten them. I would just say, yeah, I'm going to send a message to your parents. I would like to talk to them because I'm a bit worried about you. So never do when you punish your students, so if they act out, you're going to warn them and you're going to say, listen, there are rules. You never want to do it from a place of anger, because they're going to test you. They're doing these things to get a reaction out of you, because maybe they're just having fun, and they're bored in class, so they find other ways to act out. Maybe they don't get a lot of attention at home. Maybe there are some problems. Whatever it is, you need to have rules in your classroom and boundaries. You want to have some procedures for them to know exactly what is expected of them. And when they break those rules, warn them. And then after that, you've got to punish them, whatever the punishment is that you have to have. But yeah, it's going to come down, and then you also want to work on your relationship with the class as a whole, but also with those notorious students. So yeah, I think I did a video on classroom management. I think one video I've been dying to make too is attention getters, because I see in the algorithm. I don't rank for anything on attention getters, so I definitely need to get attention with that video. I'll make that video soon enough. It shouldn't be too difficult. Marta, I went by without saying hello. Hi, Marta. How you doing? It's always so nice. She sent me a very lovely message for my dad saying happy birthday. I'm still on time. Never late. Always on time. Sonia from Italy. I'm thinking about visiting Italy in the summer. I'm considering it. So I've got lots of plans. I don't know if I'll have the money for anything, but we can dream, can't we? Jessa, nice video. Thank you so much. I hope so. New teacher, excellent. So happy to have you. I've got so many videos I still need to make. I love teaching English. No, I don't think so. The beauty of the world is that there are many languages, many different people, and I think some of us might learn Chinese, like John Cena. I know he speaks Chinese, but no, I think for generations, people have been learning English as a second language, and the lingua franca, how we communicate with other speakers, and for in most cases, English is used not by native speakers, but between non-natives communicating with each other. So I don't think Chinese is going to take over anytime soon, but it might grow, definitely. How to teach a kid who has GDD? He can't talk. GDD. I have no idea what GDD is. GDD. Autism. Oh, okay. Here we go. It is. It's a spectrum disorder. Okay, young and behind. And GD. Okay, let's see. Global development delay. Very interesting. Okay. Delay multiple. Okay, so slow in development, and they've got some problems, especially with can't talk. Any activities? Yeah, I think with these students. Don't just put them apart from the other students. Have ways of interacting with them, and for them to have a way to express themselves too. So if he can't speak, then find other ways that you can get them to interact. If it's drawing something, if it's using some signs. Actually, I wanted to make a video on like some signs that you can use in class. I had this talk with the sign. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So have ways for them to express themselves if they can't speak. Let them draw things, let them write, let them act things out. But definitely keep them part of class. I think that's a nice question. I don't know any activities at the moment. I have made a video on TPR activities. that they can use. I also there's this fun activity that's like Simon Says, where you can this is actually one of the memory activities where you write different numbers on the board and write down actions that they have to do with the corresponding letters. So it would be like left arm up, right arm up, sit down, come up, turn around, and so you write down these numbers and you call them out: 1, 5, 7, 4, and then the students have to act it out. And then you can also later you can swap some of the actions, and you can erase it all together so that they remember these things. So that's really fun. I like ideas like that. So yeah, do activities like that for them to learn. Liesel, good to see you. Do you have any links to web pages with nice free. So I go to, what is it called again? I think for posters, Twinkle. So Twinkle is that website that has a lot of. I've made so many videos for them where they've got lots of posters, and they also have lots of worksheets that you can use in class. Some of the posters are free, so I would go to the Twinkle website and check that out. And then you can also. What I love is ISL Collective for worksheets, and they might also have some posters too, Liesel. I hope that works, but definitely go for Twinkle. All of us use dictionaries because we don't know all the English. I don't, I, I don't know how many words I don't know, or it's not in your lexicon. So you if you read it, or you understand the word, or you know the meaning basically, but you don't use it. So I think that's a big problem. It's not only knowing the words, but also using it regularly so that it becomes part of your vocabulary, your everyday vocabulary. Santiago, man, I've learned so much. Thank you so much. I don't know. I'm just rambling, so I'm happy if you guys get some value by it. No, I don't, BM. How many? I used to read a lot more, but even now, whenever I encounter a word that I don't know, I go and I look it up and I try and memorize it. So I think that's one thing I'm proud of, is that. And even now, if I find some useful words that I think I'd like to share, because my dad's busy with a book on, I think it's 1,500 English words that you need to know, especially if you're studying for tests like IELTS. So we're making this compilation of useful words. So what I do is every time I encounter a word that I think, wow, this is a great word for it might be a difficult word or an interesting word, but a very useful word. I type it out in my phone, and then later I'll add it to that book. Rough Notebook. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. I use Google to find the meaning of words. I haven't used exactly Luzaang. That's what I'm saying. I just use Google. Tell us to make English teaching more funny and interesting. How can we do it? Yeah, I think I mentioned it before when we were talking about when I said how to work with younger learners. So yeah, you're going to want to have interactive activities and use topics that are interesting, and make the focus of it your students. So let them use the language. If it's useful, they will enjoy it more, and it'll be more interesting. So make sure that whatever you're teaching them is applicable in their daily lives. They can use it when they leave the classroom. I think is very important. Sadia, hello. Daljeet, if the child is good in studies but makes a lot of spelling mistakes, well, you're going to help them with the spelling. So, let's say if they're making these common mistakes, ask them to write it out 5 times. It's a very old school approach, but I think it's a worthwhile one. So if they're constantly making the same spelling errors, underline it and say, okay, well, look it up in a dictionary, and then just write it out 4 times, and I think they'll learn that way. Andrew, hello, teacher. I know some people have already asked this, but I'm interested to know what brought you into teaching. Oh, thank you. Well, I think I always enjoyed working with kids. I know a lot of teachers say that. And then actually, I left school and I had no idea what I wanted to do. 18 years old. I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? I haven't really thought of it. I thought I'd just graduate and be rich. I don't know. And so I took a gap year, and I studied some things about computers. And I looked at computers, and it's you play games and you learn, but the thing that I disliked about it, and maybe it's because I was lazy, is that I understood that with computers you're constantly going to have to learn new things, and I just thought, oh, it's just going to be you're just going to have to learn the whole time. So I did that course. My dad paid for it, and but they didn't teach me that much, and I didn't want to go in that direction. And I had a few friends who were studying to become teachers, and I thought, well, you know what? I want to. South Africa is so far away from the world. I'd like to have a job where, if it's possible, I'd be able to travel. And well, there are teachers worldwide, and they need teachers around the world. And I thought, yeah, well, I've seen a teacher work before. I can do this. So yeah, I started. I went to university to become a teacher, and now I am here. Also, a long time later, and I'm teaching. Although I would say I still don't feel like a real teacher, and it's not because I feel like I've got an imposter syndrome. That's not it. It's because when I was teaching in South Africa, when I first started, the first 3 years I taught in South Africa in public schools, and that was a really tough period, and I felt like that was true teaching. And then I come to Korea, where I worked very hard the first couple of years, where I was teaching nonstop, teaching ESL. And now I was lucky, got into I got into a high school, and it was a high school for science learners. So it was more like a gifted high school, and it was so easy to teach. So I could just create lessons, and not a lot of stress, and I didn't have to deal with parents, or I didn't have the responsibilities of like a real teacher. And now today I work at the university. I just teach the students. It's very easy. I don't have to deal with a lot of things. So in many ways, I don't feel like a real teacher, like what many teachers go through, where you've got to work with colleagues, you've got to do a lot of grading with the students, you've got extra murals, you've got so many responsibilities. So I'm in a very fortunate position where I am able to create content for teachers, fortunately. So I do research, I look at activities, and then I just make videos about them and I share them. So I'm in a good position to do that. I'm very grateful to be able to do that. But I don't feel like a real teacher, like in the trenches, working so hard, and I admire real teachers like that. So that's something I want to say about that. We're already at 52 minutes. Wow. Time flies, and I'm 20 minutes behind. Guys, I'm so sorry if I miss your comments. I don't think I'm going to get to the end of the comments. Seeing these days I have recorded some of my teaching lessons. Great. Sure. If it's not too long, you can send me. I'd love that. Actually, you know what? With lots of sports and other YouTube channels, you can review games, you can review skills. But I feel with a lot of teachers don't record themselves in the classroom. Obviously, we've got a lot of things to worry about while we're in there. But if you'd like to, so please send it to me. I think my email is there somewhere. You can send me. Yeah, my email. If you go to the YouTube page, you can send me a message on. Are you on Facebook? On the Facebook page, you can check it there. You can send me a message there, or you can send me an email. My email is on the YouTube channel. If you go there, Sadia from South Argentina, Fatima. Hi. I have a new student. She was great in class. She spoke a lot, but she is traumatized because of dyslexia. On a recent trip she took abroad, she didn't even introduce herself. Hmm. Someone nervous to speak. Yeah, well, the thing with trauma, dyslexia, I think, her case of going abroad, and so maybe she misread something, and she was obviously shocked, as many as like most of us would have been. But I would say the first thing is, I would tell her that don't let these moments in the past where you went on a trip and you made these mistakes traumatize you. Everybody goes through something like that. Not I don't mean having dyslexia, but everybody goes through a challenge like that, and don't let that dictate your ability in the future. That's something I would tell her. First, work on her confidence. This isn't just about teaching. I would say this is about um, strengthening her resolve and making her feel comfortable with the language and motivating her to do better. I think I have made videos on how to motivate students. So I think that's what I would do, is work on that. And also with my students, I tell them, so a lot of them are shy, for example, so they don't want to talk. And you've got to get that out of them. I've made a video on shy students too. Perhaps check that out. That's what I would say. But activities, yeah, I would just. I think this is a case of working on a confidence, I would say. Good evening. I think just practice, get better, get a teacher too. Week in class, later on a chart paper, the teacher only then after. I like that. So our high schoolers easy capture accents, but they are confused. Yeah, they understand the accents, pronunciation. Well, yeah, there's a correct pronunciation, so you want to go through that with them and just show them examples of it being used, or explain that there are certain ways of doing it. Do you know Ramadan? I'm going to surprise you, BM. I made a specific video about things for teachers to know about Ramadan. I had Hala come on, and so I interviewed her. It's weird that, but I don't think my video is doing very well. It's well received. I really learned a lot from it. I actually made this video almost 1 year ago. Ramadan for teachers. I'm going to post this in there. I enjoyed making this video. Let me share this with you. You're going to be so surprised. Made this video about what we, as even though I'm not Muslim, but I thought it's important. Let's see, how is this video doing? It's supposed to pick up. Is it picking up? No, it's not doing much. I loved making this video, but it's not doing very well. Check it out, guys. It's a video on Ramadan, what we as teachers can do, and I've got an interview there. Notorious students, Jane Austen. I think I talked about that before. Started at Preply, trying to withdraw. I don't know. Wise is fine if you have an account, or PayPal. I think Wise is a bit better. PayPal you can use, but I think it's more difficult, or they take a cut from it. So I'm not 100% sure. Beat them. Series that I love is Everyone by DK. Okay, I'd like to check it out. Thank you so much. Have a great week. You too. How's life? I'm from Indonesia. Could you give us a yeah, I made a video. Okay, sorry about this, guys. It's just if I've made a video on some of these topics, I like to share it, because in the videos I explain things better than I can just by talking. Like student confidence, teacher confidence. No, I've got a student tips to build student confidence. Oh, okay, wait, I've got a video like this. How's this video doing, by the way? People enjoying it? No, nobody's watching that video. Oh, that's such a shame. Well, let's throw it out there. Maybe it'll share something with how to improve students' confidence. Very funny. Yeah, by the way, guys, I don't think I'm going to get to all the to everything. We've got a nice shalom here too. Right view. Okay. Yeah, what's interesting is I've been thinking about this. So one of my friends, who's a really big YouTuber, he actually suggested, he said, Eric, maybe you should stop the live streams. You've got like 100 people joining for the live stream, and you stress about it the whole weekend, and then it takes an hour of your time, and then you're exhausted come Mondays, and people see your old face the whole time. People you're going to put some people off. And so he suggested I stop the live streams. And I thought, what, I've got to think about it, because it does take a lot of my time and my energy, but it also gives me a lot of energy, and I get to talk to you guys. So it's difficult. And I also spoke to my parents, and my parents immediately just said, no, Eric, this is your video. But I think they're a bit selfish. They're like, no, we just like watching you and like commenting. But I do agree with them. I love these chats, and even though I'm very exhausted when I start, I love seeing all of you and trying to help. Even though I feel like, because I have to do it off the bat, I have to try and answer these questions just sitting here. and usually not in the best of conditions. So, but I appreciate you guys coming to the live stream. So I am going to continue it. But I do think maybe I'll move. I will put the live stream on the other channel too, the English Learning channel, to give it some watch time. So go and give that channel a bit of love if you want to. But yeah, just thank you for joining. I've got some interesting videos coming out, and I hope I can provide some value in the future. Everyone, have a great week, and I'll see you.